boys, today the plan is simple. You lose the Valorant 2v2 tournament. Now, before we get started, I have a couple of rules to go over. Rule 1. The game will go to 13 rounds, at which point, if it is a 12-12 tie, we will go into regulation overtime, and a win by 2 policy will be enforced. Rule 2. There are no rules. Let the game begin.
That's right, John. Here on Ascent for the round and the game that we've been waiting for. Super excited to see how this game goes.
Alright, now looking at the defender team, you've got BVS and Small Boy Ozzy lined up on defense. One Sentinel taking each site here. They've got lots of options on how they're going to hold and how they're going to set up each site. Hopefully they can keep their opponents guessing. You got the turret set up for CT watching main over on the B side of things. And over on the A side of things, it looks like a light buy coming in from Cypher, looking more toward the classic cage action.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this game is unlike no other. People in this game are going to be able to change agents whenever they feel. So if they feel like they're not playing well in a Cypher and they want to change it up, they will have the ability to.
Yep.
Starting off here with Telehead pushing a little bit into A site.
Oh, and we have Bus backing off of A, giving Stray an entry. This is his opportunity. He's got A site control. He knows that Bus is playing mid right now. Spike is holding mid top right now. I don't know what the Chamber has in mind here, but this is definitely a setup where they could easily plant A. Stray trying to take some tree room control, clears corners, backs right into Bus. Will he win this fight? Bus will go down to the knife with Stray on half HP. What an opening, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Liam pushing to planting generator back corner. Owen making his retake through garden right now.
Spike planted.
Now he knows Stray was seen mid. Will he be able to isolate these gunfights? No. And Liam will run backwards, but Stray will get the trade with a nice 2K coming in to win round 1 and seal it out.
That's right, John. You see Telehead coming in. He was going out of his smoke onto that mid cubby. He was turning around. He was doing 360. He had no idea where Bus was gonna be there, but he ended up getting that kill.
Yeah, he whiffed those shots. It's very unfortunate to see that, and he managed to pull out the knife and hit the knife kill. What an opening round 1 here. Now let's see. Coming into round 2, attackers have the opportunity to buy in here. It looks like Liam, Dark Electrics, is going to go for a light buy using his util, relying on his util. Well, Telehead, also known as Stray, is going to be buying all util and a Spectre for this round. Now, what I'm finding interesting, notice Cypher just now making his way onto the A site. He's got wires set up mid, and he's got wires set up tree room. He's looking to play back in CT.
You'll notice that the Chamber, is using that Rendevis, or he's using, I'm sorry, my bad. He's using the Headhunter as just a way to get those easy long shots all the way to market if anyone peeks it.
He's making his way up mid right now. They've got mid control. They know it. Owen getting a little suspicious of some mid action. He's making his way out of market toward bottom mid, about to peek arches. Now Liam has backed off of the angle, and Stray has made it into tree unseen. He's about to walk in, however, to Bus, who is in a camera and has none the white. No shot. No shot, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they are both banging onto heaven, and nobody is any wiser. Bus pushing sight, makes himself known, and Stray gets the flank kill. What a second round. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think they have any idea what just happened there.
Oh my goodness, bro. He goes into tree, pushing mid. No, camera doesn't see him.
He's in the camera.
He's sitting in the
camera, but Stray
angle.
walks right past him with his back to him. He's none the wiser. Bus then gets out of his camera after Stray's gone upstairs and pushes Ramp of Heaven. They don't know that they're running into each other, and yet that fight still, either of them could have won it. And what a start, honestly, to such a 2v2 game. Once again, we have the defender split with Cypher this time on B, running default wires, and we see that camera. Where is his camera? I don't know where his camera is. His camera seems to be posted somewhere toward the back of the site B near market door.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
You'll see Chamber pushing out of that mid, going for that spike. You'll see that they're going to be double stacking that site. You'll have one person watching tree and one person watching main. That killjoy turret is going to be super hard util for them to be able to defend against. BVS is going to stall using his cages, pushing up with a stinger. We'll see if his bullets come in contact.
Liam on a full buy rifle here. Can he win this fight?
He's going to pull away. BVS sitting in that corner behind the boxes. Could trip him up.
They're both there.
Last player
He will be able to execute onto Bus. He's pushing Liam.
That's his knife out. I'm not sure what he was going
What
for
was
there.
happening there? What an interesting play. And now you see the defenders are finally on the board going into round 4.
We'll see if they'll change up their strategy this time. They've been going A mid every time, and it looks like they're going to do that again.
Yeah, and you know what? That was a failed bonus on the part of Liam here. Coming in with that Vandal heavy shields. He had the bonus buy. He was able to find one, but he could not find the other as he made his way to Spike.
It was, in my opinion, a good bonus for him to buy last round, though, because now you'll see he does have his tour de force. That's going to be super helpful.
And he will pop his ult and head to mid. Imagine the defenders are not going to be wanting to challenge that. They're going to play sights, and that's exactly what we're seeing so far out of them.
Cypher camera mid. It's going to spot Dark Electrics. He's going to peek it again, though.
He will miss the camera.
One enemy remaining.
Spike is now down A main.
Guardian.
And he knows that he has Spike, and he also knows that Liam was last seen mid. He knows he has control of main. This is a very, very big round for the defenders to win. They can tie it up early and come in with a full buy next round. It'll be really, really nice to get a flawless here for them. That's exactly what they're looking to do. And
that's going to be an instant headshot.
Look at that right there. Putting his team back in the game. 2-2 going into round 5.
Really big round for them to win. You see that they weren't going to have money next round if they died. They were down to 2,000. And now they have their full buys and plenty of money to buy next round if it doesn't work for them this round.
On the defender side of things, both players have enough money to buy fully here. Now we're wondering what exactly is happening with Jet. Is Jet going to buy? Are they going to execute a save with as much money as they have? It turns out that they are going to end up...
Dark Electrics is going to take that...
They were trying to drop skins. It was a failed skin swap. And it wasn't able to happen in time. And so now you see the Vandal playing back in deep attacker spawn. What are they going to try to do? They're just now making their way up to top mid and toward A site. Camera once again spots them.
I feel like if I was in this situation, I would give my gun to the Jet in this situation. Right? Jet has their dash. Jet has the play off util. They can dash away.
Yeah.
Plus, the Chamber has that Headhunter, which can be super
absolutely
useful
monumental.
just by itself.
As you can see here, the Chamber's making his way on the site. He does see the Cypher wire. What is he going to do? Either way, he gives up info to the defenders. Switching over.
Back off.
If we switch over, small boy Ozzy still anchoring the site over on B. All of his util is in place. He's waiting to see if the Chamber will make his way over for the rotation. And now Bus is backing off of A. He's getting a little hesitant there. Let's see what comes of this.
You see that Killjoy staying right where they are, not getting phased. We'll see if this comes in contact.
Watch the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the clock. You've got 24 seconds to plant the spike. He's running into a full Killjoy setup on B. What are his options here? Waiting on the alarm bot. Making his way toward defender spawn. He runs and he wins it!
Did you see their faces?
What a clutch coming out of Dark Electrics for round 5. Making his way on the site, avoiding all of the Killjoy utility. Pushing and getting the headshot kill. What a round.
I see now why they gave the Vandal to Dark Electrics. You know, that really worked out for them, even though I had my doubts. It ended up working out for them. Dark Electrics going all the way A site, seeing that Cypher wire, and rotating all the way over back to B. And that's going to be another win round for the attackers.
At that point, that is just pure dedication to not giving up info to the team. You have an interesting buy coming off of the attacking team. Shrey ending up on 800 credits, while Liam had more than enough money to buy him. We'll see what happens with this. Maybe saving for an operator in the next round. You never know.
Cypher camera immediately destroyed. It's been there every round, so I'm assuming they knew it was gonna be there.
Very readable, absolutely. And that Cypher ultimate could prove very useful later in this round, depending on who gets the first pick. Really, this round, this entire game has been so far determined by the first pick. It has almost always been the team that gets the first kill that has won the round.
Well, boy, honestly, going for that quick peek just to see if anyone is mid. And it's gonna show 2 players.
And you have...
Will they fall for the wire?
They will. They run into the wire. Bus is going to make his way back on the site. He has all the info he needs now to begin his retake. They fake shoot glass, pushing, planting default spike.
We'll see if Chamber wants to set up any use over here.
Bus is making his way through glass. They already broke glass. This is their fatal mistake. He's able to get in there. He has info on heaven. Killjoy coming up from ramp. They're about a double swing here. Cage goes down.
Last player standing.
Telehead will take the frag. 1v2 for Bus as he retakes from door.
Door down, which means there's only one area that Bus can really go to try to take back on site. He's gonna go to break door.
Yeah, pushing back through.
Show them where they are. Sees Liam just kind of shooting through this smoke. They're gonna peek at the perfect time. Let's see if they die, and he does.
What a round.
Unlucky turn from Tellian, but his teammate was there to back him up on the peak, and it ended up going to be another round for the attackers.
Their post-plant hold there was something I really want to note. They had a really good secure grip on the site, even though they gave up so much info to the defending team. That retake just didn't come through. Bus caging himself as he broke the door on double tick for the spike. He didn't give himself much time to work with, and ultimately the pressure of that round got to him.
Yeah, you'll remember that. You know, after the peak of Small Boy Aussie and mid, they just full bum rushed that all the way to A site, breaking that wire, getting on site, closing door, just closing out the site so that they don't have time for Small Boy Aussie to rotate.
Another interesting A push here. This time they're making their way down on the grass of mid. What are they trying to do? Make space toward tiles. They've got mid control. Maybe this be their first B plant.
You'll see Tellian looking for that camera. And he's not going to open up. We'll see if he gets killed.
And he will get killed.
Spike down mid. A very hard place to retake, in my opinion.
And now you've got Cypher rotating to try to get this mid control. He has it. Nobody's there.
That turret's going to spot him. They're both going to know where he is. He's going to get killed from mid. Doesn't get the shots off. He's alive.
Very low. Very low. He's got a few options here. What can he do?
Last player
he won't get the kill, and he knows that Killjoy is hanging out towards CT. Killjoy making the rotation back toward bottom mid to move toward market and spike. Do we think that Liam is going to expect this play?
Both players are going to reposition, but they're going to find each other, and that's going to be
a kill
on the chamber, which is going to be a great round for Small Boy Aussie.
That was an absolute clutch, and even though he was on 12 HP, we saw him take out Bus, and we saw the potential that he has to get those kills on low health. He's not afraid of pushing that at all. So that was a very, very important round to win. And now they're getting back in it with a win behind them. And they've got enough money to full buy it once again. If they can win this next round, they're going to tie it up again. And it's going to be 4-4 going into the third of this half. So far, a very close game.
It's incredible to watch Small Boy Aussie play this game. You'll notice that
he
repositioned right to where that chamber was going to walk into him mid. Cypher's gonna push up mid, knowing that they have been pushing mid.
2 to 4 is going in. He is aiming. He is looking to get this kill. Bus going for the wall bang, seeing if he can get a peek and a read. He is obviously way too low, missing his shots. 2 to 4 is not watching bottom mid. Jet rushes in.
Standing.
And Shrey will fall. Liam making his way now to B main.
See, the Sentinels here are going to split up, or maybe not. Maybe they're going to hold toward that B site.
He has information. He knows the Killjoy bot is there playing a lane, and he heard it reactivated. He's going to swing into the turret. They have info. He will take one ult shot to take down that turret. He'll run right into the toaster oven.
Is he going to die to this?
He's going to get low, and he's going to walk back into it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Or maybe he didn't even see it, but that's going to be a win for the defenders.
They're back in this.
Crazy round.
I don't know what just happened there. We just saw Dark Electrics walk right back into a Killjoy nade on 30 HP after it just ate his health. That Killjoy setup really proving time and time again to be absolutely strong at stopping a lane push. It really has been uncontested so far this game. And really a surprising play coming from Chamber. I don't know what he was doing there. I think he misplayed very big, and that cost him.
That killjoy placement makes it so you almost can't even push on that side
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
site. It's incredibly powerful. Cypher pushing a mid again, gonna spot Dark Electrics, which is probably gonna make them think.
One enemy
going to A
remaining.
site.
He will be
Tries
able
to
to execute
TP.
the kill. The TP coming in a little bit too
Tries to use
late.
his Rendeverus, but it's not
Spike
gonna work.
And Spike is
And-
down on A site. The diversion worked. Nobody is on site. Stray has control. Bus making his retake now. Coming up ramp. Throws a cage. Let's see what he can do with this. Going in blind. Crossing over to glass.
Last player standing.
Stray able to execute the knife
Stray,
kill.
you're
He
weird.
does not have his knives anymore. Killjoy retake ult coming in from tree room. He's going to push that. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going wine. Very readable
Are the
position.
lineup's gonna work? Are the lineup's gonna work?
The lineups are way too late. He's going to be able to back out of wine. However, time is going to be on the attacker's team right now. And unfortunately, Ozzy will not be able to get the spike
Not
defused.
gonna get it. Enough stall. Or if you want to call it that, it was kind of just small bit Ozzy trying to wait out his ult, ended up being the fatal end to him.
And you know what happened that round? He threw his molly way too late. That Killjoy molly would have potentially been able to kill our Jet on the attacking team if he had thrown it way too early. He threw it way too late. He threw it, and Stray was able to reposition into main off of that. Cost them the round there. Ultimately, a really good time stall.
You'll notice Bus's interesting Cypher setups. He has this crisscross pattern on the wires, which might be able to catch both players on different times.
That's very true. And, you know, that poses a real threat to them making info off of A now. What will happen as they enter the site is they will run into the wires, and they will be able to jump over the wires. If no one's on site, they're not going to get any info off of that.
But he is going to fully trust his wires, it seems, which
Yeah.
is kind of fatal, considering that people can just jump over them.
Yep. That is absolutely could be the fatal flaw in their defensive setup today. Ozzy going
Cameron
light
is
on the
gonna come
nades.
Cameron's going to come in extremely strong. He's going to back off right before Dark Electric peaks mid, going towards A site.
Deny the info. They're rotating toward A. If the attackers sneak into market right now, they may still be able to control B before the defenders are any wiser. Liam making his way toward the angle. Owen backs off of the angle. They're going to push in market. He's coming back.
Last player standing.
Liam with the headshot absolutely
I'm gonna
destroyed.
assume B site is free now, which they will totally be right in. BVS is all the way on the A site. He's gonna have his guardian. He's gonna try
And
to get that headshot.
Stray
And
is going to
just gonna
find
get
the
an
kill.
Incredible headshot.
What a round from the attackers.
BVS.
Absolutely just outplayed in terms of positioning there. They snuck their way up market. Neither of the defenders had any idea they were going to be there. Both of them with incredible headshot accuracy. I mean, what a round. We've been seeing an outstanding performance coming from both of them this game.
It was incredible watching that. You'll see BVS was watching mid almost that entire round, and the one time he turns away is when the attackers start the push. It's incredible timing, and it couldn't have gone better for the attackers.
Absolutely not. Now coming into round 11, the defenders have a lot of options with a little bit more money than they should have at this point. However, Bus is going to opt to buy a shorty and save for next round. Both teams have potential to cycle some ults. Depends on how they play. You could still see that chamber ult one more time. Bus leaning toward A right now. Really, what we've seen this entire game is it'll be a trade-off of 2 rounds. The defenders have a chance to make a comeback and tie it going in to the swap.
You'd think the attackers, or the defenders would find a new setup by now. You've noticed that every single round, the attackers have pushed mid A or pushed through mid. It's always been on the A side. I don't think at one time we've seen them push straight through B.
Nope. They've been going A every round. I don't know what they're playing for, but they are definitely playing predictably. And yet, what we see on the defenders is they are unwilling to leave that opportunity for them to take B site. They are not stacking A. They have not stacked A this entire round. Now they're shifting their way over toward A as both of them make themselves visible. And that Cypher Wire coming in absolutely
Cypher
clutch
Wire is going to come in for info, but unluckily is not going to be able to cause any chaos or get a kill even because of the gun that's being used.
It did get the
30
Jets
seconds left.
dash out of the way, though, so they do not have to worry about that aggressive playstyle. He's reaching heaven, he
they
finds
think
Bus,
he's
and
on
he gets the
site.
kill!
They think he's on site, which is going to be fatal. You'll see the chamber rotating, and you'll see the killjoy is just sitting there in
He
garden.
is none the
It's gonna be
wiser.
the impossible. Do they have time though to get on site? Is the real
They can
question.
do it. It can be done.
10 seconds left.
Will Liam be able to plant the spike in time? Yes, he will.
He is
Spike is
gonna
going
have
down,
to-
and Killjoy is still on A. Gonna have to
That is
retake
gonna be
all the way.
incredible.
You know, this round is monumental if the attackers can pull it through. They'll be able to secure a lead going into the defense half. That'll be really strong. And hopefully both of them can continue to play as they have been so far into that half.
Both players playing sight, which is a very good way to play this. If they each watch one angle, except they're gonna get one out of here.
Oh,
Let's
and
see if
Owen
Trey-
just misses the jet peek. It's a
Trey
1v1
is
situation
gonna
now.
Smoke off for stall. Let's see if he gets killed. And it's gonna be killed, but does he have time to grab Spike?
Yes,
and
he
it looks like
does.
He has plenty of time.
With plenty of
And that's gonna
time.
be
So funny.
almost around. If they can get one more after this one, they're gonna tie it up for 6-6 after the half.
You know, well, what a close game going into the second half. Coming up on round 12 right now.
Last round
They have the
in the
opportunity to
half.
tie it up 6-6, and we've been seeing great play from both of these teams. You know, that sight hold was impressive. However, the Killjoy just knew and had great util usage, was able to really make their way in, get the entry kill, and execute the sight with plenty of time. And honestly, after what happened last round where they were set him on A, and then they planted B, and he had to rotate all the way from A, I mean, that was an upset loss for the attackers, really.
A gift.
You'll see the change from BBS onto that chamber. He's gonna still have, I guess, trap wires, if you will, but they're going to be those alarm bots, and sorry, his trademarks, and those are gonna be extremely helpful when finding those players, and he's gonna be able to have his TP off.
That chamber ult coming in on defense is going to be very big if they pop it this round. Absolute potential to hold the site down. Just completely shut them down.
You'll see Smallboy Aussie is going to change BBS sets up, but it's going to be the one
You want
round
to
that
play?
they actually
Let's
go
play.
B, and
The 2 to 4 comes out.
really bad chance for this. Let's see if they get killed right here
That 2 to 4 is
Not
no
able.
way. And
to get that kill.
our defensive bust sneaking up. Liam is holding the angle, and he unscopes and misses the
Spike
shot.
down B.
And that's going to be spiked down. They're going to throw swarm grenades, and they're going to throw the cloud storm.
Now with Bus making his way
Swarm grenade
onto
out.
site, he's kind of pinched here, Stray is, with no real options. He can't push lane, but the Spike is sitting on
swarm
stairs,
grenade.
and he knows that both defenders are definitely watching the angle. Owen double-checking mid, making sure that
30
he's not
seconds
alone
left.
over there.
Not to mention how low Shrey is
Info.
right now. He's
Swarm grenade
34. That almost gets him.
Long.
And it's going to be
The
unlucky.
Phantom
recoil.
will
It's gonna
come
be
out.
tied 6-6.
What a round, and what a half from both
Switching
teams. I mean,
sides.
we've seen some outstanding outplays from both sides. It's been a really even game. It's been so much fun to watch, and I'm so excited for this half here.
Absolutely. You'll see the switching is not going to cause any players to change agents immediately. We might see agent changes towards future rounds if they don't work, but I'm really excited how this setup for each player is going to work, because if I'm being honest with you, I don't see two Sentinels being able to push a site very well, and I'm gonna be extremely excited to see how this works out for them.
I agree, and you know what? Their potential isn't in their site attacks. However, their post-plant potential to just completely deny retakes is going to be off the charts. They are going to have to fight for every retake this half, and you know it.
Absolutely. They'll see that the chamber is gonna be watching mid with his headhunter, which he's gonna get a little tap in. Shrey holding A site, putting the cloud storm to kind of blow off the attack, but they're gonna leave B completely open, which is gonna be fine this round, but we'll see how it goes in the next couple rounds. You'll see the headhunter trying to make contact. It's gonna make a couple hits. Shrey's gonna be about half health. Shrey's trying to just bait some headhunter shots.
Liam,
And
meanwhile,
the dash.
sneaking his way up mid, trying to retake site from door. He doesn't know
One
that
enemy
both
remaining.
of them are holding main.
Spike down
And now
A.
they do
Shrey's
know.
gonna be
Last
super
Now
player
1v1.
standing.
Owen
gonna be
able
the
to
kill.
execute that trade. This is a round that he could absolutely win. Both players on full health. Both players with
Killjoy
all
looking-
util.
Killjoy looking to rotate out, which might work out for them,
And the full
considering
life
that
run.
Chamber is still on that A site.
And I think, well, going into this plant on B, if that looks like what's going to happen, Chamber has util set up in market. That might be useful. I doubt it. But what's going to happen is we're going to see something absolutely just like what happened in round 11
30
with
seconds
the site
left.
hold and the retake from across the map. The only opposite difference, now they're going to be retaking against a Killjoy. And I'm really interested to see how Chamber approaches this, as Spike is going to be planted default on B.
You'll see the Killjoy does have her turret, she does
Spike
have her
planted.
alarm bot, and even has one of those nano swarms, which is gonna be crazy hard for the chamber to be able to come up against.
Liam relying on now his headhunter ability. He's going to have 3 shots. He doesn't have much room for error. With the extra shield, though, he should be able to hopefully win this round. Absolutely necessary for both teams to win this pistol. Oh, and now with the info.
Defending that site with the turret is going to be super helpful for them. Although it's not going to see him, and possibly going to be able to push.
What is he doing?
Though, not checking back. We're going to play a little bit of ring around the rosy, and it looks like Spike is not going to be able to get defused.
The stall coming through
And
from
that's
Ozzy.
going to be a win for the attackers.
Now Buzz switching his agent to Sova. And Shrey switching his agent to Brimstone. It looks like Buzz did actually change back to switch to Sage. This is going to be really interesting to see these new agents be brought into the game here. A Sage and a Brimstone. The opportunities on both sides to make some new plays are going to be really wonderful. And once again, they're pushing A. I have not seen a B push this entire game. I'm wondering what's going on. Absolutely
not to mention having that healing orb against the chamber headhunter is going to be super helpful, because that headhunter does a lot of damage. It's incredible how much damage even one bullet from a headhunter can do. So having that heal orb is going to be extremely helpful in the next couple of rounds.
Absolutely. You have Shrey leaning toward market here, playing bottom mid. The door does get closed. It looks like the defenders have made a fatal error. They've blundered. The attackers have a full A site control, with the attacking team putting up the Sage wall here to deny a Heaven retake.
You'll see Shrey going back to his standards, going back to Brimstone, being able to come back to his main agent is going to be super incredible. This Molly might even
That Molly is going to push Bus off of the angle. And now both teams have a lot of positioning to do.
That Molly is going to take half of his health.
You know, eating away at the Sage. He does get the heal orb out. There's no potential to heal his teammate later in the game. It looks like Liam may be waking his way on the site. Ozzy does find the first kill. Can he find Liam, or is Liam going to go for the defuse? No. Liam is going to run on the site. Flawless round for the defenders here. They will take the loss, and the attackers are up by 2.
Even able to save that Marshall is going to be extremely helpful for their economy. You'll see they aren't extremely wealthy right at the moment, but if they're able to keep these guns in these next couple of rounds, it's going to be super helpful.
Yeah, and you know what's very interesting, looking at the buy coming in from the attacking team, is you have Ozzy buying a rifle now. He is buying the Vandal with light shields. It will be very interesting to see if he does run the Vandal with light shields, or if he's going to buy heavy shields last second. Either way, there's a lot of potential for either team to win this round.
Looks like sticking with the light shield, knowing that the defenders aren't going to have the money. And it's going to be a pretty fast kill off of from PBS onto that chamber.
And you know, that's going to be monumental. It's now a 1v2. They have site control again. They know he's mid. The Guardian giving up all the info they need. They're taking Heaven control with a plant for hell. You know, wall goes up once again, and he's going to sit on the wall. Changing up his positioning could absolutely cost Shrey this round. 1v2, both teams dumping util on site, really hoping to stall and play time. Smoke, did you come down?
Buzz peeks this from behind and is able to push him.
The alarm bot goes off. Shrey walking into the nade will take nade damage, and Owen is able to finish it off with a rifle. What a round.
At the beginning of this half, I was thinking, Sentinels, how are they going to be able to push onto a site? But I did think about after they planted and playing the post plants. And once they plant the bomb, it's almost impossible for the defenders to come back and retake at that point.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. These retake situations have been a struggle for this team every round. We have not seen them successfully able to defuse the spike or even get on a site without dying. And it's going to really come back to bite them in the butt here, especially with their defensive shift and the Sage leaning toward B. This might be our first B entry push of this round. Of this entire game, actually.
You'll see Tellyhead and the small boy Ozzy are going to be just sitting mid. Tellyhead just peeking mid to see if anyone's there.
He will not get info. However, that lurk tiles is going to clear out tree for now. Shrey peeking right into him. He does not expect this. He's on a ghost and he's able to find the kill.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and tagged from that ghost. That ghost showing great potential on a light buy round for Shrey there.
Both players mid, putting up that turret is going to show where that chamber is. And that turret is going to be an incredible
What a round.
Had to focus for a second.
It's gonna be an incredible distraction for small boy Aussie to be able to get that kill.
Absolutely. Up against a Marshall, that turret is just devastating. He will be dying to the turret before he knows it, so he has to aim for that first. But with the Marshall, the time to kill the turret is a lot slower, and he also isn't able to react as quickly to the killjoy swing in that corner. Another wonderful round from the attackers as they make their lead 4 here about halfway through the second half.
Absolutely. Looking at the placement of
He
this
bought it!
defending team.
He bought it! Bus coming in with the Sentinels of Light operator.
Incredible. We were talking about this earlier,
Oh!
saying if you
And he misses his op shot. This is big.
One enemy remaining.
and that's gonna be an incredible kill. But he's getting pushed.
No!
It's gonna be another kill. They're going to classic fights,
Player
and it's gonna be a
standing.
kill. And Aussie's gonna have B-site all to himself.
Spike planted.
And you know what? Coming in with this op retake, Shrey may be literally just looking to save the op. He knows Spike is B. What are his options here? He has his ultimate. Does he realize that Spike is planted B?
The
Will.
spike is A. He thinks the spike is A.
Oh, shot! He is clearing A main with an interesting molly.
Out of charges.
He's going to pop his ult! On the side, there's nobody there!
A-site. The bomb is not even planted here, and that is gonna be fatal because
Looking-
Smallville Aussie is just sitting here waiting for him to come.
And
they're
at
on
this point,
opposite
Shrey
sides at this
knows.
point.
At this point, Shrey knows he has no time to retake. He's looking to get a pick here. Might as well just save the op. Owen on his way to save in
Looking for
CT.
that exit kills. He's gonna pop. His knife is out, and it's not
Oh.
gonna be a kill. That would've been
Unfortunately,
incredible
Ozzy
to
will
see.
die, and Shrey will save the op. What a round coming from the defense there. They
I don't
absolutely
even know
threw.
what happened that
Oh
round,
my
dude. That's
gosh!
incredible. Trey looking toward A side, thinking, is the bomb planted here?
Not to mention.
Hopefully-
Oh yes, go ahead.
Hopefully not, probably not even playing with sound, which is incredible that he's doing this well without sound, but that's just incredible to think. I think the bomb is planted A. I'm fairly confident. In fact, I'm so confident I'm going to use my ult.
Not to
I'm going to
mention-
use my Hell's Fire.
Yeah,
That's
not to
incredible.
mention all the util dumping. And I mean, I understand mistaking the spike being there. He might not have been able to hear spike from there. He might not even have sound at all. But you know what? He dumped util on the site that there was nobody there, and his teammate was not able to get him the info he needed. Killjoy turret getting early info bottom mid. They know that the op is there. They're not going to peek this.
It's really nice to see Telehead with that operator, because if you know from previous matches, the Telehead is quite incredible with his gun. He can hit shots like nobody's business.
BVS coming in with another op buy. The attacking team just has the money for this at this point, with absolutely been uncontested this half. 11-6. There's so much potential for the game to end in the next few rounds. Once again, the overshift on defense costing them a sight hold. Absolutely just through the round, really, because it looks like the Sentinels are going to be able to win this. Door being shot, but the Sentinels, the defender team was B in mid again. And keep in mind, Will, B has not been pushed this entire game. Very interesting position.
Last player standing.
The op kill comes through. He's looking for the defuse. They have to do it now. They will get this round.
This is going to be the first defending round that they're actually going to be able to win off of this. Being able to have Shrey on that operator, being able to have Dark Electrics, in fact, as low as he is, just at 3, is going to be able to help them clutch out that round after that retake.
You know what a strategy coming through from the defenders. They were able to execute that retake perfectly, get the entry pick they needed. They knew the other one was main. They held with the op, and they defused the spike. Nothing that they could do there on attack. That was a round that they were going to lose. And now, the question really is, do the defenders have an opportunity to bring it back here? With 2 rounds to go.
You'll notice, but BVS fairly confident in buying that op last round is going to be extremely devastating, only having 600 creds.
The B push
with
coming
such
in.
a low buy.
It's the first B push we've seen this game, and both defenders are on site ready to assist. The chamber slow coming in very strong at stalling the initial push here.
One enemy
Both Sage
remaining.
slow orbs as well going down toward market. Can he go 2 for 2 with his retakes? He has an op. What a
It's
shot!
going to be an incredible headshot for BVS with that
Match point.
Sheriff.
going into match point
Incredible.
here. I mean, the attackers absolutely have everything they need to win this game. That incredible sheriff shot, absolutely just closing out that round with style. You know, and coming in with the op as well, BVS known to be able to do damage with it. What do you think you're going to see from these teams this round?
You know, I think something that really needs to change is the defenders need to start holding the sites more before the attackers are able to get on. Because what's happening is every round the attackers are able to get on the sites pretty much for free. And that's going to be a kill just for BVS.
1v2.
Extremely deadly.
They know he's there.
Off versus
The wallbang coming through. They're getting him with the wallbang of the turret. He is right there, and the game over.
Attackers win.
Game over. The op gonna become extremely crucial, and it was extremely beneficial for this game. I don't know what to say. It was just incredibly diverse and interesting game.
Absolutely. And you know what was really nice about that was a 2v2 with agent swapping enabled. And, you know, getting to see how progressively through the game those agents changed on both teams was absolutely exciting. And it was really nice to see the differing strategies coming from both teams on different agents, especially Chamber. That was absolutely so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. Seeing that headhunter come in was just incredible.
Absolutely. And that sheriff shot. The sheriff shots, the headshots in general have really been saving these rounds for both teams. And now let's look at the leaderboards. We see an even first half, 6-6 it ended, and then on the second half, the attackers just completely took it. The defensive strategies failed every single round, except for the one round where there was a defusal. And it was absolutely insane to watch this entire game and watch both teams play around each other like they did. And honestly, a lot of really funny moments coming from these blunders on both teams. It was absolutely so much fun to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. Seeing that the one that comes to mind is the Cypher cam.
Yes, sir.
Trey and Cypher, they don't even know to this moment that that's what happened, but Trey and Cypher going right next to each other, pretty much breathing on each other and not knowing it.
Absolutely. And you know, that is just one of the problems that can happen when you play Cypher. You get so absorbed in checking your util every few seconds that you can just sit in your camera the entire round, think you're safe. Neither of them know that that happened. I mean, Shrey pushed in and did a really bad job in Bus's defense of clearing that angle. And it cost them potentially that round. It was absolutely incredible, though, to see both of these teams adopt that 2v2 play style. And, you know, it was really wonderful. And you know what? I look forward to doing something like this again.
Absolutely. So that's going to wrap it up for today's game. Super fun to watch. Any last things to say?
You know, I just wanted to say this was really exciting, and I hope we can get this done again. I'm so excited for these kinds of tournaments because they're actually very fun to watch.
Totally. Super fun to cast. I'm so glad to be able to cast with you.
Absolutely.
And I'm super excited for next game. See you next time.
All right, Times New Roman and Willokku signing off. We'll see you guys next time.